हसरत है हमारी बाबा, कर दो वो पूरी आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके।
देखो आज के शिव जयंती का मैं दो बातों का। एक, इस दिवस पर व्रत रखते हैं, डबल फॉरेनर्स को तो मनाना पड़ा ही नहीं, भारत में मनाते हैं। तो इस दिवस का महत्व है व्रत रखना, और दूसरा है जागरण करना। तो आप सबने व्रत भी ले लिए है ना, पक्का व्रत लिया है, कभी कच्चा कभी पक्का। कच्ची चीज अच्छी लगती है, पका हुआ सब अच्छा लगता है ना। तो व्रत क्या लिया है? बाप दादा ने सबसे पहला व्रत कौन सा दिया? जब स्मृति का तिलक लगा तो पहला व्रत कौन सा लिया? याद है ना? संपूर्ण पवित्र भव। बाप ने कहा और बच्चों ने धारण किया। तो पवित्रता का व्रत सिर्फ ब्रह्मचर्य का व्रत नहीं, लेकिन ब्रह्मा समान हर संकल्प बोल और कर्म में पवित्रता। इसको कहा जाता है ब्रह्मचारी और ब्रह्मचारी। हर बोल में पवित्रता का वाइब्रेशन समाया हुआ। हर संकल्प में पवित्रता का महत्व। हर कर्म में कर्म और योग, अर्थात कर्म योगी का अनुभव। इसको कहा जाता है ब्रह्मचारी। ब्रह्मा बाप को देगा, हर बोल महावाक्य, साधारण वाक्य नहीं, क्योंकि आपका जन्म ही साधारण नहीं, अलौकिक है। अलौकिकता का अर्थ ही है पवित्रता।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे। रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूह जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. Become a carefree emperor of the land without sorrow by being full with all attainments, all relationships with the Father. In the Brahmin world, all relationships with the Father are imperishable. And so, how can there be any waves of sorrow? In terms of wealth, you have all treasures, for the elevated treasure of all wealth is the wealth of knowledge, with which you automatically attain all wealth. Since you have attained wealth and all relationships, you are the emperors of the land without sorrow. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 13. Become a carefree emperor of the land without sorrow by being full with all attainments. Today's topic, all relationships with the Father. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Baba wants us to be the emperor of the land free from sorrow. Happiness and sorrow are very connected with relationship and property. Majority of you must have noticed that sorrow and happiness are connected with relationship and property. Now, relationship of soul to soul, relationship of soul and God are eternal and imperishable. So when something is imperishable, there is no question of sorrow, right? because it's imperishable, it's eternal. But when the soul is in the body, it has lifespan. Could be maximum 100 years, or maybe golden age is 150 years. But still there is end somewhere. Even we know eternal because again there will be birth. But there is end and the birth and the beginning. But our relationship with God is definitely eternal and imperishable relationship. So one is Lokik, that is of this world. Alokik is spiritual, that is soul to soul. So just think of your relationship with God as parents, as creator, as father, teacher and Sadguru. Could be friend, fellow being as student. So very limited. But then there are so many unlimited number of relationship of the body. Mother, sister is called auntie, right? Father's brother is called uncle. Then uncles and uncles' uncles, uncles' uncle. It can keep going on all the time. But spiritually, it's very short. With the whole world, we are souls, children of one Father. But what Baba wants that children should not experience sorrow. So Baba says that have relationship with one, and that should be spiritual relationship. In the Brahmin world, all relationships with the Father are imperishable, and so how can there be any waves of sorrow? Now, in terms of wealth, you have all treasures. For the elevated treasure of all the wealth is the wealth of knowledge, with which you automatically attain all the wealth and all relationships. We are all the emperors of the land without sorrow. So one is relationship and other is wealth. It's important. Wealth is important. We cannot ignore it. It causes sorrow if there is poverty, or it causes sorrow if there is conflict in relationship, then division of the properties. Many times when father is left body, then children like to divide property, right? Share property. And that also divides the family and cause a lot of sorrow. So now what Baba wants us to be the emperor of the land without sorrow. That means we have to go beyond sorrow. So Baba is saying, have all relationships with me, and those relationships are alokik, spiritual, imperishable. But also wealth of knowledge is the most important wealth. So take that wealth from Baba and always think of all the attainments from the relationships, of the relationships, and also of the wealth. So you will feel full, right? Have all attainments. Om Shanti. Mhm.
Om Shanti, Sister Mohini.
Om Shanti. Right.
So what's new? What's new in Madhuban?
Mm. Madhuban, every day is new. Many different ways. New kind of activity, new groups coming. This last group is of Maharashtra. Every group, their diet is different, their little bit culture is different. So their presence bring different kind of energy. But also a lot of new construction. Today we are going for inauguration. We had 9-10 days of flag hoisting. Immediately when meeting finished, flag hoisting began. We tried to go many places. I went to trauma hospital first time. They have beautiful, beautiful room for MRI. Plus, they are trying to upgrade it, and they have one floor, which is very beautiful floor, just for people who could afford and pay, and they can sit outside, beautiful trees. So a lot of improvements in trauma, and yeah, everything. So I find it's interesting, really. Yesterday they invited me to give a short talk to our suppliers, milk dairy. So there are, no, you must have heard Amul butter, Amul milk. Yes.
Yeah,
So
very famous in India.
and there are 14 branches. So with different names. So one branch. So Amul, and they knew Dadi Prakash Mani, and they used to, their managers, and they would come and wanted to see how Dadi administration is working so well. Like yesterday, our accountant was saying that no organization in the world has 7,000 plus branches. This is like huge, huge branch. They were talking about Tatas and all Birlas, and but they have companies, but not like Brahma Kumaris have. So they were talking about how to do accounts and all that. So one of the very important person is commissioner in income taxes was saying it's a huge organization and it's only Baba could manage. It's the number of people, number of accounts, and yeah, so it's really, really different. So I was giving talk to them. Then while going, there were some students, about 100 plus MBA students had come for 2 days. It seems once you leave this campus and go to Mohini, there are different activities. Then there is Mansarovar and many Sarovars. Everywhere they have, I mean, not a single weekend is vacant. And then they give food right there. That makes it very comfortable. Yeah.
So, Sister Mohini, sitting at headquarters and seeing the enormous growth of Baba's Yagya, even within the three complexes, and you now playing that instrumental role of additional administrative head, it must give you a sense of being an individual, a soul, whom Baba has made an instrument, for you to recognize how huge this organization is, and you're actually the sister, the Shakti running it. In terms of this wealth that Baba talks about, how do you see wealth in relation to the yagya today?
See what?
Wealth.
Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing I want to tell you that amazingly, of course, sometimes like when I'm sitting on stage with others or doing something, I do become aware of little bit of the responsibility. But there are many good things, I must say, lot of good things, but main one in our admin that Ratan Moini is still present. So that means she is given that role and she signs everything. All the letters still go in her name. And our two secretary generals are also playing, Nirvan Bhai, Brijwan Bhai is playing very good roles. And then we have 3, 4 joint administrative heads like Santosh Mendes, all administration. Didi Sudesh is now playing part in Gyan Sarovar. Shashi Ben is in Pandavan and Muni Ben is in Shantivan. So they're doing, there are many like Brother Mrityunjay, Karunabai, whatever they are doing, they were doing, they continue to do. But I think that wherever needed, then Jayanti and myself, we are consulted. Now, what I find that I remember that just giving Dadi Janki's example, 2 examples, one of Dadi Prakashmani, one of Dadi. Once somebody said, or Dadi, they cook so much food, it's wasted, all that. So even I think it was some center in USA. And Dadi immediately said, but when anything is large, sometimes the food cooked might be less, sometimes more, right? Sometimes people eat properly, sometimes they don't. So we try to talk about the value of the food, especially cooked food, and how everyone in the world requires food and we shouldn't be wasting it. On the other side, one time somebody brought up about the expenses. And those days we had few hundred cars, but now thousands of cars. Somebody was saying that even in Shanti, when they have over 1,000 cars, that means after every 3 people, they have car. So at that time, Dadi Prakash Mani used to say that they receive it. Some give, some receive, both ways. Like person like me, I don't have any personal wealth, right? So I'm receiving in a way. So it depends on now our karmic account, our honesty. Let's say if I have been given car and I want to just go out and, travel and to my family visits and my business trips, I still go and fill my tank of the car from the diesel station, which is now in Shantivan for Brahma Kumaris. So generally, everyone had been given a slip according to their needs, their task, so they can go fill in the diesel. We have been given unlimited, that we can do long travels and all that. But most of us are very sensible and we would not like to waste yagya money by just saying, let's go there, let's travel. If some once in a while maybe. So managing when it comes to wealth, They really have a very good system, like fruits and vegetables, or to buy grains, and approval is definitely there. But one who is approving has to remember certain principles. Like if I am approving car for you, so Brother Nirvar will say, before I will approve car worth 40 lakhs or 30 lakhs, now I don't. I say, no, 3 cars can come. You can have a car in 10 lakhs. Why 30? Why 40? If there are seniors, because of their health reasons, they need some proper expensive car. So I think there is a lot of attention on seeing that. But I think that people also are very generous. So they put in Baba's box with big heart, but also expenses. Every little thing in Shantivan they want to have a generator, and generator is 2.2 crore, just one generator. So I think that 80% or even 90% is used in a proper way. But some people, they I think are a little bit loose in whatever they spend, whether they're buying or they're receiving, or but majority of people, I think they know this is yagya, is karmic accounts involved, and so wealth is something very important. But then government also is requiring very, very strict regulations, very disciplined way of spending. And then they're putting more and more taxes. One of the brother, our accountant, was saying that how they have put, everything on computer, digital. That means you do not have any personal contact with any of the officer, because before, like favors and waivers used to happen a lot, but now it cannot. So, especially foreign funds, because there are many, many political parties, many people who are taking advantage to fund the terrorist or fund the conversion of religion, many properties which are not. So I think that on one side, of course, number of people, number of donation is increasing. But then on other side, how do we use it? Is of course consciousness of one's own karmas. But then on the other side, also, just remind yourself that one should be using it in a worthwhile way, not waste it. So
Just one little
because
question.
I am not directly managing,
Mm,
it's like departments and then accountants, and then at the top level we do come to know. And it's only day before yesterday we had a big meeting about bank accounts and some training of kind. So we both attended. We didn't attend full day, that we come to know how we can support them, to get cooperation from all zonal in charge and sub-zonal. So it was interesting that most of the heads have this feeling of yagya, and they say we do everything we could for yagya, to protect yagya. So I think that more I hear, more I find that there is attention from rules of yagya or karma philosophy, but also from government, taxes and laws of the local government.
Now, that's so fascinating. You've given us a very broad overview of understanding wealth in relation to the yagya today. But I just want to leave on a connection here. And Baba was talking about all relationships with him, but then he talked about all attainments coming from the wealth of knowledge.
Mm.
And the way he describes knowledge is it's a source of income. Now, you mentioned just now that we don't earn, but we receive. And then the responsibility is a bigger responsibility in receiving that which must be used according to the principles and the niyams and the disciplines and the maryadas, but also in accordance with our own karmic accounts and our own karmic footprints. So my question now to you, Sister Mohini, is that we are not receiving, we are receiving, we're not, but we are earning too, because if knowledge is a source of income, we have to be earning wealth from that in order to receive the wealth that comes in. So what's this connection between knowledge being a source of income and receiving of the physical resources to run the yagya with that high level of responsibility?
What I find that when I said receiving, in the sense of that I am not directly putting anything in the Baba's box, but actually lot of, I must say, most of the money comes by pure feelings, the trust which people have on the instruments. Like we always mention about Dadi Prakashmani, or we mention about Dadi Janki, and of course all the zone in charge, all the sisters, they are busy 18 hours, 16 hours of serving the souls. I am here, and I shouldn't or should say it that nobody really comes ever with empty hands. Everyone has an envelope. Even like we say, okay, put in Baba's box. So they do put in Baba's box. But, even I am not kind of the main person in the sense of people giving, but everyone has lot of love, lot of bhavna, and so we are using the wealth of knowledge, and because of that, or our personality or purity or love and peace, all that definitely brings wealth to the yagya. And so we are not burdened that way. But I just mentioned in the sense of that we don't have direct income, but definitely there is lot of income.
So maybe later on, I'd like you to go into the depth of knowledge being a source of income and how that's connected with what the yagya receives, the instruments playing the role receives on behalf of the yagya. I think it's a very fascinating connection. But you have shared so much without me even having to draw it out of you. And I think what you have done, Sister Mohini, is set a very clear and clean and transparent landscape of what's happening in Madhuban and what's happening at headquarters, and how inspiring it is the way you present it to all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, Gayatri. Yeah, we will talk more about it. Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
संगम युग का वर्षा यही है, शिव से मिलन मनाना। समय श्वास संकल्प सभी सेवा में लगाना। पवित्रता बरसाए जग में, पवित्रता बरसाए जग में। फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी, फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी। शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको, शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी, श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी। मीठे बच्चों प्यारे।
इतने छोटे समय में अभी हम यहाँ पूछेंगे, कोई कहेगा 20 साल, कोई कहेगा 40 साल, कोई कहेगा 60 साल, ऐसे भी होंगे। इतने थोड़े समय में, और गारंटी क्या देता? 21 जन्म पूरे। ऐसे नहीं मरा हुआ बच्चा पैदा हो गया। पूरे जन्म, पूरा जन्म, 150 वर्ष की आयु वहां एवरेज है। और दुख और शांति का नाम नहीं। दुख क्या होता है? क्योंकि हमने ट्रांस में देखा है, सत्युग की शहजादियों को इस दुनिया का कुछ पता नहीं। दुख क्या होता है, वो दुख शब्द कोई नहीं जानते। अशांति क्या होती है जानते नहीं। ऐसी गारंटी और कोई पिता आप बच्चे को दे सकेगा? एक जन्म की भी गारंटी नहीं दे सकते। और यहां 21 जन्म की गारंटी बाप की हर कल्प मिलती है हमें। हर कल्प हम होके आए हैं सत्य के लाइफ से। ऐसा है हमारा बाबा। हमेशा में छोटे बच्चे थे, लेकिन तुम हो वो नहार हो। बाबा कहते हैं तुमको नशा रहना चाहिए। तुम 3 तख्त के मालिक हो। 3 तख्त अभी। एक तो हमारा सबका, ये तख्त है ही। सब आत्माएं इस तख्त पर बैठ करके सुन रही है, देख रही है, चल रही है। दूसरा तख्त कौन सा है? बाप दादा का दिल तख्त। ये तख्त बहुत महान है। भगवान के दिल तख्त नशीन। और तीसरा तो हमारा भविष्य का राजभाग्य है ही। 3 तत्व के मालिक। कितना बाबा नशा चढ़ाता है, कितने सोमान देते हैं बाबा। सोमान की लिस्ट आपके पास है? कितने बाबा हमको सोमान भिन्न भिन्न देते रहते। विश्व कल्याणी हो, विश्व परिवर्तक हो, विश्व कल्याणी हो, क्या क्या बाबा ने हमको स्वमान दिए हैं। ये जो देह भान आता है ना, जो दुख देता है, युद्ध करनी पड़ती है, ये देह अभिमान तब आता है जब स्वमान को निश्चय में नहीं रख। मैं आत्मा हूं, है तो सब कुछ आत्मा करने वाली ना। शरीर कुछ कर सकता है, आत्मा निकल जाती है। इतने मोटे मोटे भुंड रख देते हैं उसके ऊपर, चू भी नहीं करता। और हम आत्मा है। देही अभिमानी बाबा कितना बनाता है, और है भी आत्मा का ही मूल्य है। शरीर में आत्मा निकल जाती है, शरीर का मूल्य क्या है? कहते भी है मिट्टी मिट्टी में मिल गई। और बाबा स्वमान जो देता है वो कितना प्यारा है।
हमारे साथ का एक पल कई जन्मों से बेहतर है। सफल हर पल हुआ अपना, नजर तेरी जो हम पर है, नजर तेरी जो हम पर है। यही यादें ही रह रह कर चमक जाती है जो बिजली तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा।
Om Shanti Avekti Parivar. So tomorrow is Thursday and our schedule from Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Then in the evening we will have 5 to 6 English Sakar Murli. Together with that, in breakout room 5 to 5:15 Avekti Children Murli class. 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Bhog offering, then followed by Hindi series, English series, and Avekti journey. Welcome to Avekti journey, Avek Murlis from 1969, multi-million fold fortune and blessings.
Om Shanti. Avyakt Murli, 6th August 1972. The reason for mischievous attitude, forgetting the vow. The souls who are praised as the Mahatmas of today are not even equal to the subjects of your subjects, because they do not become those who have a right to heaven. At least the subjects of your subjects will be the residents of heaven. They will experience the happiness of heaven, will they not? However, these souls cannot even come to heaven. So, when you are such elevated souls, you should perform a special task. There should be so much power in each and every word of yours that it appears as though you are speaking as the embodiment of experience. You should continue to speak, and others should continue to have that experience. Since the so-called Mahatmas and pundits of today have so much temporary power. How much power should there be in every word of yours? The words of those who are the master, almighty authorities. When you give someone the first lesson of being a soul, then together with every word, continue to give them this experience also. This is the speciality. Even those people give lectures, even they are able to speak in this way. But you, elevated souls, are able to do that which others cannot do. The difference is this. This speciality should be visible in a practical way. How will this happen? When you imbibe all specialities within yourself, if you haven't imbibed the specialities within yourself, you are not able to make others the embodiment of inculcation. This is why you must make your attitude elevated. Constantly stay within the vow that you have personally made to Bap Dada, and then see what the result is. Since you have taken the vow of blessing to the one Father and none other, why is your intellect drawn elsewhere? Have you taken the vow to listen to others? I will speak to you. I will listen to you. This is the vow you have taken. So why do you look at or listen to other souls with a mischievous attitude? You only have to speak of that which you have heard from the Father. So how can you speak of other words or of wasteful things? This is breaking the vow. Since you have taken the vow to be soul conscious, why do you look at the body? This is breaking the vow, is it not? From Amritvela onwards, check whether you are fulfilling the vow you have taken, what thoughts you should have, what words you should speak. How should the stage of being a karma yogi while performing action? This is the vow you have taken, is it not? Acha, to be continued. Om Shanti.
Become a carefree emperor of the land without sorrow by being full with all attainments. All relationships with the Father. In the Brahmin world, all relationships with the Father are imperishable. And so, how can there be any waves of sorrow? In terms of wealth, you have all treasures. For the elevated treasure of all wealth is the wealth of knowledge, with which you automatically attain all wealth. since you have attained wealth and all relationships, you are the emperors of the land without sorrow. सर्व प्राप्ति संपन्न बेगमपुर के बेफिक्र बादशाह बनो। सर्व संबंध बाप के साथ ब्राह्मण संसार में सर्व संबंध बाप के साथ अविनाशी है, तो दुख की लहर कैसे होंगी। संपत्ति में भी सर्व खजाने व सर्व संपत्ति का श्रेष्ठ खजाना ज्ञान धन है, जिससे सर्व धन की प्राप्ति स्वतः ही हो जाती है। जब संपत्ति संबंध सब प्राप्त है, तो बेगमपुर के बादशाह है। ओम शांति।
Recording stopped.
ओम शांति दीदी जी।
ओम शांति मोहिनी दीदी।
ओम शांति बाबा।
मोहिनी बहन।
ओम शांति अव्यक्ति बाबा।
शांति दीदी।
ओम शांति
दिव्या परिवार। थैंक यू बाबा।
थैंक यू बाबा।